What's up, guys? It's your boys Wokey back with another scary, terrifying, and creepy video from Underworld, a natural disaster caught on dash camera of scary weather, tornadoes, hurricanes, whatever have you. It's on this video we're gonna be watching right now because it's pretty much that time of year where tornadoes have been everywhere, hurricanes come and go, and it's just getting ridiculous when it comes to these storms because Mother Nature can be scary herself. So with that being said, grab a chair, grab some popcorn, get your extra pair of pants because this can get pretty scary for some. With that being said, let's get into the video. If you guys are new to my channel, if you guys are returning and have not subscribed yet, make sure you guys subscribe right now by hitting that white bar icon down the bottom right. Hit that bell icon next to it. So when I do post videos like this one, you guys will get that little ring notification that Wookie myself has posted that video. And you guys can watch, comment, like, and share. And again, thank you guys so very much for that continued love and support that you guys show on this channel every single day. I can't thank you guys enough. Keep doing what you guys are doing, and we'll continue to keep growing together. Also, speaking of support, check out the link in the description for Underworld's channel themselves. It's a rising YouTube channel. They are over 1 million subscribers, but definitely go over there, give them some love for putting this together for us to enjoy, get scared, and pretty much lose ourselves in terror. It can take a lot of work, a lot of effort. We want to give thanks back to them. But without further ado, let's get the video.
In Tennessee, who got caught in the middle of a powerful tornado,
Woo!
and an earthquake in Taiwan that nearly flipped this
I've never witnessed an earthquake, but I've heard it's like really scary.
city bus to a massive rockfall in China
Whoa!
that obliterated one person's car, and a team of Australian firefighters who had to take cover during a burnover. Here are
Holy
10 of the
hell.
most horrific natural disasters caught on dashcam.
Dang!
On August 29th of 2021, Hurricane Ida landed on the Louisiana coast. The storm devastated coastal towns near the Gulf of Mexico, but had other plans for cities deep within the United States. By August 31st, Ida had weakened to a tropical depression as it moved into the southwestern Appalachian region. That's when she kicked off a massive tornado outbreak, spawning 36 storms between Louisiana and Massachusetts.
Holy.
One of those storms struck in Montgomery County, Pennsylvania, just as this truck driver was arriving at the gas station. All he could do was sit, wait, and hope his rig could withstand the wind.
Jeez.
In Pennsylvania,
Louise.
Delaware, Montgomery, and Philadelphia. The flood warning remains in effect. The flood warning continues for the Swatara Creek and Harbor Tavern from late tonight until further notice. At
How do you
3:15
see
p.m.,
anything?
The stage was 6.4 feet. Flood stage is 9.0 feet. Moderate flooding is forecast. The river is expected
Well,
to
there's
rise
flooding,
above
there's
stage
winds,
lake this
there's
evening to a crest of 14.8
rain,
feet tomorrow
probably
morning.
hail.
It will then fall below flood stage Friday afternoon. Impact at 9.0
Tornado.
feet. Several driveways and other minor roadways are affected.
Whoa!
Begins to enter some basements.
Lightning.
Impact at 10.0 feet. High water isolates several houses. Impact at 12.0
Holy
feet. A number
mother.
of secondary roads are closed, resulting in some evacuation.
Maybe they shouldn't have let that tornado warning expire. For a split second, you can see our driver gripping his steering wheel for dear life. He's lucky his seatbelt kept him in place, or the force of his flipping truck would have slingshotted him into the ground. According to the National Weather Service, the Pennsylvania storm was an EF2 tornado, reaching wind speeds upwards of 130 miles per hour.
Two? That was
Downed
it?
Power lines covered main
They
roads.
did that?
And several homeowners watched their roofs fly away. The storm caused about $5 million worth of damage across Montgomery County. Overall,
Wow.
Ida-borne tornadoes caused over $13 million worth of damage across the United States.
Holy mother.
Yanjin County, China is a mountainous community in Yunnan province. It's home to nearly 500,000 people, many of whom live in the world's narrowest city. We are, of course, referring to the county seat of Yanjing City, built along the banks of the Nanxi River.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The landscaping is naturally beautiful. I mean, the buildings definitely have some color. Definitely really interesting that they're all along this river. But again, it would be awesome to go there and witness this, but dang!
Seems like a city wedged between two mountains is primed for landslides and rock falls. One of those rock falls struck on January 26th of 2024. A local man was driving along the G85 Yinkun Expressway when his dashcam captured boulders rolling down the mountain.
Oh. How do you explain that to your insurance company? Yeah, the rock just fell. They hit us. Crap. Oh, you ain't making it to work today.
Our driver backed up as far as he could, worried that more rocks could fall at any
That's
moment.
what I would be doing.
Once he was safe and convinced it was over, he
It took out the sign.
left his car to investigate. Just look at how big some of these boulders are.
Holy. They probably weigh as much as a dump truck.
人站未走。留两个人慢慢看着去。
Thankfully, the driver of the damaged car escaped with their life. They were taken to the hospital, where doctors got them to a stable condition. Their car, however, was totaled. They're lucky the boulder hit the back. A straight-on collision would have flattened their car like a pancake.
Holy crap. Talk about counting your chickens and your 9 lives.
Pompano Beach, Florida is a small city between Boca Raton and Fort Lauderdale. Like any other Florida city, they experience random periods of intense rainfall. It'll happen out of nowhere and then be over in a flash.
Really?
For most people, it's a part of daily Floridian life. On February 16th of 2016, one of those freak rainstorms struck. It was around 8 a.m., and this local Florida man was on his way to work. He thought the storm looked darker than usual, but wasn't too concerned.
Looks like there's a tornado
he kept
right
on
there.
driving, oblivious to what was forming nearby.
Right here. I was gonna say, it looks like a tornado. Holy mother! It's gonna be like a what? E2, E3? Oh my gosh, they're like, we love it here! They're like, not even driving! Don't stop! Get out of there! Holy hell, let's just stop right in the tornado. Oh my gosh. I hate people like this in snowstorms. They like, just stop.
Was our cameraman right to whip into the oncoming lane and then yell at other drivers? Probably not. He said fight or flight kicked in and he didn't feel like sitting around waiting for what he thought was a hurricane to pass. Later, he learned that an EF1 tornado had touched down.
That was an EF1? That looked like a 2 or 3.
Near Hard Rock
I'm
Stadium.
so off of my
It
tornadoes.
caused a few minor injuries, triggered a fire, and tore the roofs off of several houses. The Hard Rock storm was one of 3 tornadoes to strike Florida that morning. Even though most people think of hurricanes when they picture the Sunshine State, tornadoes are still common. Thankfully, most never exceed EF2 intensity. Between 1950 and 2022, there were no EF5s and only 2 EF4s.
We just had an EF3 about 100 miles away from here.
In the United States, we have devastating forest fires. In Australia, they have catastrophic brush fires. Between November 25th and December 2nd of 2015, a massive fire moved across South Australia.
I know this happens in Florida too, and happens in Africa a lot too.
It burned over 200,000 acres and caused over $170 million in damages. The day the fire started, firefighters rushed toward danger to try and head the flames off. But, as we know, fire is unpredictable. It can speed up and change direction at a moment's notice. As firefighters raced down the road, they quickly realized they wouldn't reach the other side.
It's gotta be intense, scary. They see smoke. It's almost like a normal storm, but intensified by heat. Just think about how hot it is. It's gotta be like thousands of degrees. Like, there's no way. Holy hell. Back up! Holy hell. It's like you can see the truck moving. Back up!
The fire had completely engulfed their trucks. Burnover mode was their only option. Unfortunately, burnover is the last word any firefighter wants to hear.
Burnover? How does the tires not burn and melt? How do you see where you're going?
When firefighters enter burnover mode, they either slip into heat-resistant bags or deploy protective curtains made of the same material. It looks like thick aluminum foil. It keeps them safe as the fire burns over their trucks or the immediate area. Meanwhile, hoses will douse the trucks in water to keep them cool and not engulfed in flames. Burnover drills are a last resort because they can't last forever. Firefighters have to hope the blaze moves on and they're not left sitting in the middle of it. Thankfully, these brave Australian firefighters made it out alive. Others weren't as lucky, as the Pinery fire put dozens in the hospital and burned down 87 homes.
Gosh. See, I'm learning things. I never knew that trucks could do that.
Clarksville, Tennessee is a major city off Route 24, about 50 miles northwest of Nashville. It's next door to Fort Campbell, home to the 101st Airborne Division. On December 9th of 2023, a tornado touched down on top of Fort Campbell, slightly north of Sabre Airfield. It passed through rural areas outside the city before intensifying to EF3 strength. That's when it crossed Highway 41 and smashed into some local businesses. This driver had no idea he was heading into the eye of the storm until it was too late. 25-year-old Cameron was driving past the Wendy's on Tinytown Road. Ominous clouds loomed overhead, and light rain began falling on his car. Then, out of nowhere, an electric transformer exploded. Debris began falling from the sky as 150-mile-per-hour winds battered Cameron's car. Another box exploded in bright blue sparks. Cameron said, "Nope," and turned down a residential street. But that's when all hell broke loose. Cameron could hardly see 10 feet ahead as debris smashed his car and cracked his windshield. He's lucky he didn't strike any other vehicles as he raced beneath bending power lines. He finally made it out of the danger zone and never looked back. It's too bad the video has no audio, or else we'd have let it play, but I think the footage more than speaks for itself.
Crap.
In the end, our driver was fine. A bit shaken up, surely, but thankfully uninjured. The Clarksville storm lasted over an hour and traced a 48-mile path of destruction. It caused millions of dollars in damages and was one of the worst tornadoes to hit the city since the late 90s.
Mother Nature can be so nasty. Woo!
On April 3rd of 2024, a powerful 7.3 magnitude earthquake struck the east coast of Taiwan near Hualien City. The county-level city, home to roughly 100,000 people, was just starting its day when the ground began shaking around 8 a.m. local time. A commuter on their way to work had their dashcam rolling when the earthquake struck the highway overpass. Every car on the road shook like it was on a spring. The bus on our driver's left nearly toppled over.
Oh, there it goes. I've never witnessed a earthquake before, and I hope I never do, but woo, that's gotta be creepy and scary, all rolled up in one. Like, if you're in
As bad as it looks,
skyscrapers.
the Taiwan earthquake could have caused a lot more damage. In fact, only a handful of buildings collapsed in a city with tens of thousands of structures. That's because Taiwan has been preparing for this moment since 1999, after the Chi-Chi earthquake, the worst in Taiwanese history, claimed 2,400 lives and leveled thousands of buildings. Ever since, there hasn't been a building project in Taiwan that hasn't undergone strict earthquake testing. All new projects, like these highways, are built to withstand powerful quakes.
They're all on springs and like sliders and stuff so they can't fall.
On January 1st of 2024, a 7.5 magnitude earthquake rang in the Japanese New Year. It struck just after 4 p.m. on the Noto Peninsula, a stretch of land off the Ishikawa prefecture. The ground shook for 50 harrowing seconds. But that's not where the destruction ended. The earthquake triggered a tsunami that took many Noto residents by surprise. The Shiromaru district, which faces the bay on Noto's eastern coast, was hit especially hard. Waves washed onto the streets, washing anything away that wasn't bolted down.
Pretty much double
Dashcam footage from a parked car shows how violent the earthquake was. In fact, this event was the most powerful tremor to hit the Ishikawa prefecture since 1885. It was also the strongest to hit mainland Japan since the 2011 earthquake, tsunami, and nuclear disaster. Buildings rock back and forth, and those power lines look like they're on the verge of collapse. On average, earthquakes only last between 10 and 30 seconds, so people around Noto began to worry when this one eclipsed the 40-second mark. Just when they thought they were clear, tsunami waves began crashing over the sea walls. Water flooded the streets, carrying debris and other loose objects. This poor tire shop owner probably lost his entire inventory. The water even gets high enough to move our parked car. Thankfully, it doesn't go very far. From the rear, you can clearly see the earthquake leaving large cracks in the road. Some of the pavement even pops up and breaks loose. It's a small example of how vulnerable we are to Mother Nature and how much damage she can do with ease. After some time, the camera cuts and the tsunami wave rolls in. Like before, the street is full of debris, and at one point, our car even begins to float. Thankfully, the tsunami was relatively small in comparison to others and subsided soon after.
It's like what,
the Noto
3 to 4
earthquake
feet?
Damaged or destroyed nearly 50,000 homes. Most of them were full of families at home celebrating New Year's Day, which Japan recognizes as a public holiday. According to government estimates, the earthquake will cost Japan over $17 billion in repairs.
Holy moly.
Luzhou, China is a prefecture-level city in Sichuan province. Fun fact, it's known as the Liquor City and is famous for its alcoholic beverages. Everyone's drink of choice is baijiu, a clear liquid distilled from grain with a 60% ABV. It packs a punch after a long day. On May 24th of 2023, a trucker was driving through the crowded streets of Luzhou. His bed was loaded with dirt, and all he could think about was getting off his shift and enjoying a glass of baijiu. A random sinkhole decided to ruin his after-work plans.
Sinkholes are scary too.
Our dashcam follows the trucker as he navigates a busy road. Then, suddenly, the back end dips, and the whole truck falls into a massive sinkhole. It almost pulls another car down with it. Our driver takes a few moments to collect himself before popping the door open.
Oh, I would have crapped my pants. I would have crapped my pants. I would have thought the aliens were coming. Thankfully, it's not deeper. Just have them use that dirt and fill it up. Holy moly.
At least the hole is partially filled now, right? According to reports, the sinkhole covered over 320 square feet. Thankfully, our driver made it out safely and nobody else got hurt.
Bet he's not going to be going that way anytime soon.
Lopburi, Thailand is a small city about 90 miles northeast of Bangkok. It's home to roughly 58,000 people who, fun fact, share the city with nearly 5,000 crab-eating monkeys. All the monkeys were indoors on May 7th of 2020 when a powerful thunderstorm moved over the city. A local Lopburi man was driving home from work as strong winds pushed against the power lines on either side of the road. Once one fell, they all came down.
That's why they're mostly putting them underground now, so they don't freeze, they don't break. Plus, it's more benefits of putting them under the ground. Oh! Dang! Oh! Oh! So, no. Ay, caramba. Ay, ay, ay. And then you mix electricity with water. Not a good idea. Oh! Turn that bad boy around. I know you got rubber tires, but still. Ooh. Oh, I would have done what he did.
Our driver, Anansi Phanom, said he was lucky to be alive. A few more feet, and he would have been toast. He did the smart thing and got off the road before the other set fell. According to the CDC, if a power line falls on your car while you're still inside, you should stay put with the engine running. The ground under your vehicle could electrocute you if you step on it while touching the car.
Yep.
However, your car's outer shell will keep you safe if you stay inside. The only reason you should ever exit before help arrives is if your car catches fire. But at that point, you're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. If you have to get out, ensure you're not touching the ground and the car simultaneously. It helps if you jump as far away as you can. Just try not to land on the power lines.
Oh man, what a sticky situation that would be.
Bijie, China,
a lot of these
is
are
a
overseas.
prefecture-level city in Guizhou province.
Beijing.
It's home to about 6.5 million people who recently learned a valuable lesson about black ice. It was January of 2023.
I can tell you what, I've witnessed black ice, and that stuff comes out of nowhere. Luckily, I have knock on wood, haven't had to worry about like anything significantly bad when it comes to damage of my vehicles or anything like that past. I hit a guardrail, but that was about it with the black ice. That stuff is no joke.
Even for a province in southern China, Guizhou can still get pretty cold in winter. On January 16th, it got so cold that a long slick of black ice formed over the Bijie Weining Expressway. One person lost control and crashed, setting off a chain reaction you have to see to believe.
I don't know if I want to see it. Because you can't stop. Like, you stop and you're still gliding. Oh! Snap, that car is not going anywhere. I have a feeling that's not it. Oh! He got out just in time! Oh, these people are so smart! Oh my gosh! Get out of there! Get on the other side of the guardrail! I have a feeling that's not it. Nope! It's gonna keep on going!
You can't tell from our dash cam, but more cars keep adding to the pile. Eventually, the expressway was locked in one of the worst traffic jams we have ever seen.
Jesus criminy.
Imagine being stuck in the back, wondering why nothing is moving.
Oh yeah,
Luckily,
you're not going nowhere.
Nobody got seriously injured during the pileup. Police eventually cleared the road, and salt trucks came by to remove the ice. By then, it was too late.
This guy that was in this white car is so lucky to be alive. Oh my gosh.
Time, they'll salt the roads before
this guy in this seat right here.
Rink. If you enjoyed this video and want to see another just like it, be sure to click the link on screen now.
Man.
With that, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
I'm telling you, I got chills because this can happen to anybody at any time, any place, anywhere in the world, pretty much. So with that being said, tell me your guys' story down in the comments. Do you guys want me to watch these two moments you wouldn't believe? Plane turbulence. Like, we're going to still watch scary content when it comes to ghosts, demons, shadow figures, and stuff like that. But sometimes we like to spice it up a bit and put these in there because Mother Nature could be scary as well. Let me know down in the comments if you guys enjoy these. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe for more content, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Keep it real, keep it safe, and as always, keep nerding on, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.